everybody, welcome back to the channel. This week I'm going to make a present for my niece. She's coming up 18 years old. She's going to be starting university next September doing a fine art degree. So I wanted to make something very, very personal just for her. Now, as I say, she's starting a fine art degree and she's a wonderful artist. And this is just a little sketch she did a few years ago of one of her cats. But it kind of tells her sense of humour. So I want to try and inlay this design onto the base of this bowl. To make life a little bit easier, I've just done a line drawing just to make the design easier to transfer. So it's going to be interesting trying to get that design in, but we'll give it the best go we can. Going to be using a horse chestnut blank to do it on because it offers some beautiful grain, and I think it will make the bowl just that little bit more special. Right, so we'll get this mounted and we'll get started. Finish off the bottom and then we'll get to sanding. Okay, that sounded up pretty well. We'll clean it off with a bit of isopropyl and then put some sealer on it. Let that dry off and then seal it. Okay, put some sealer on. Right, I'll give that a little time to sit in, and then we'll go at it with the Yorkshire grit. On the top coat we're using the shellac and linseed oil mix, and then once it's on we'll buff it and it should give us a nice shine. I keep on forgetting to wear gloves. Did the trick. Beautiful. There's an amazing bit of grain around this area. Little burls and swirls. That's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, right, take that off, turn it around, and hollow out the inside. Right, in order for me to be able to get the inlay on the base of this, I need to have a flat bottom, so when I'm hollowing this out, I need to bear that in mind. Another quick sanity check just to make sure I haven't gone too. So I've got about ½ an inch on the bottom, which will give me enough chance, will give me enough room to finish off the surface and then do the inlay without breaking through the bottom. Okay. A bit more there. Right, that should give us a good enough area to put it on. Just make the scraper in there just to clean up that surface a bit more. Okay, beautiful. We're ready for the next thrilling instalment. We're trying to get this shape onto the bottom of the bowl. Right, I'll bring you back when I've got set up. Okay, we're about set up. I've cut out my line drawing and I've set it on some carbon paper, so hopefully I can trace round and then that will imprint on the base of the bowl the shape we need. Now there are tricky bits that are going to be is around this corner of this eye. So what I may end up doing is doing the complete outline of the cat, taking it all out, filling it black, and then doing the eye separately. But we'll figure that out as we go along. Did it work? Yes. Awesome. That's a relief. All I have to do now is cut this out. Well, engrave it, etch it in. Just give myself the easy tasks. Now with previous inlays like this, I've just gone around the edge with a chisel and then taken it out. But with everything being curved, chisels aren't going to be that easy. So I think a knife to run around the edge to cut the surface, that may give me a good starting point. Can I get enough accuracy with the Stanley blade? Maybe. Take it slowly. a retired carpenter who is becoming a very good friend, gave me some wonderful old chisels, which I hope is going to help me just define this inner area to make life a lot more easier when I come to hogging out a lot of the other material. So that cutting that edge just helps these kind of lift away. These are very sharp, so I'm trying to keep my finger away from the end of them. Now, spaltered wood is very beautiful, but the problem I've got is that I hit different densities of wood. Some of it's soft, some of it's hard. So you have to be very, very careful with the pressure that you're applying to make sure that you don't suddenly go scooting off and out the other side. I think I've got about as far as I can with a hand tool, so I'm going to swap the bit in my Dremel. We'll start hogging out a bit of the middle areas. This is a nice fine router style bit, which should be able to clear out this area a little bit quicker. I'll put some eye protection on just to stop any flying bits getting there. Right, I'm going to mix some epoxy to put in here. I'm only going to use the 5-minute epoxy because the other stuff can be a bit thin and it can seep a little bit. And I don't necessarily want to have to do too much sanding after this. Right. Right, I'll get them made up. Okay, this is just normal 2-part 5-minute epoxy. That should be enough, but we can soon make up more if we need to. Where to put the lid? Right, okay. I'm just using a black mica powder. I'm just going to put some gloves on before I start mixing this. Right, we can dollop this in. Pretty much in large amounts at the start. straight away I'm thinking I'm going to need a bit more, so. I've got a little small blowtorch here, which I'm just going to soften up the resin. As you can see, that helps it flow into all the corners that we want it to. Also does two things. It also helps pop bubbles. So looking at it, I think we're a little bit low in this area. And of course we've got his whiskers to do. So we'll just put a bit over there and leave the rest into his body. Okay, right. We'll leave that to set up and come back in a few hours' time. It's 5-minute epoxy, but you really don't want to be touching it for at least 7-8 hours. Okay, our little putty hat has dried. So I'm just going to take a very, very light skim off this because I need to reveal the complete outline so I can draw out where the eyes are again and get that out so I can put the colour for the eyes in. Just going to use a normal scraper for this. She's coming. Okay, right, that'll give me a good idea where I need to engrave the eyes. Right, I'll figure something out, but some way I've got to try and take out the eye and try and leave the black for the pupil. Wish me luck. Okay, I've got a very, very fine bit here, which I'm going to try and do the engraving with. I'm going to take it very slowly. It's kind of working. So we'll carry on. I'm just going to move up to a slightly broader tip. It's worked fairly well. The main problem that we have is that when the high-speed bit touches the epoxy, it just basically turns it into molten plastic. So I'm going to spend a little while just trying to scrape out as much as I can from the edges, and I think we'll be okay to pour some fresh resin in. Excellent. Right, I shall mix up a little bit of resin and we shall put it in there. Now, the original drawing had the top half orange, the bottom half yellow. I'm not sure we can replicate that, but I'll give it a little go. It's a very good chance as soon as I get them in there, they're just going to run into each other. A little blowtorch out to liquefy it a bit. It's going to be a very, very light touch with this. Okay. All right. Give it a good few hours. We'll see if we've succeeded or not. Okay, we're going to have a little pussycat back on the lathe for the final time, hopefully. So we'll clean it up and see what we've done. Right, I was worried about the eyes a little bit, but oh, they're cute. Okay, right, we'll just tidy up the edge and then we'll start sanding. Now, I'll show you a bit of the sanding, but then I'll turn it off because there's no need to make you sit around while I'm toiling. Okay, that all went very smoothly, no pun intended. 3-stage finishing off, we're going to seal it, then we're going to use some Yorkshire grit to cut it back, and then finish it off with a Hampshire sheen. I'll repolish the outside as well, because it's been in a dusty environment. Every time you've applied Yorkshire grit, always go over it with a cleaning solution like isopropyl, just to get any of that grit and residue off before you put the final polish on. See how much it pulls off. Right, let's give that a couple of seconds to dry, and then we'll give it its final wax. let's take this off and see what we've done. And that's what we hoped to achieve. And that's what we've achieved. I think we've done okay. So this is a horse chestnut bowl with a custom engraving designed by Emma, specially put together for her 18th birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day. Right, if you've enjoyed the video, then I would very much appreciate if you could like and subscribe. And it really helps you out if you could leave a comment as well. And don't forget, if you do leave a comment, then you're automatically going to be entered into the giveaway when we get to 2,500 subscribers. But apart from that, thank you very much indeed, and I'll see you next time.